Producers presents The Ray Lewis Show.
Yes.
There you go. We got it going a little bit.
JB, I'm telling you, one day I'm going to get you on a dance floor, and I just want to see what type of moves John Brenkus has.
Wow. I'll tell you what, that's going to be a day. You better have your phone recording it, because it's going to be a sight to behold.
Listen, welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show. I think today is an amazing day. I mean, it's just so many amazing things happening in my life. Really enjoying the conversations with my kids, even though there's a lot of asks been happening right now. But there's a lot of good things going on. Welcome my host, John Brenkus.
Yep.
Thank you for always coming to the show. Another great day. But listen, we're going to jump into our guest, man, because this young kid, I had him when he was in college, and you know, he was just gracious enough to come to my camps and be around, and we really got to really get into each other and really learn each other. And now he's doing great things in the National Football League, and I wanted to bring on a young lion for the Cleveland Browns, Mack Wilson. Mack, what is going on, my friend? Get on this. What is going on, buddy? What's up?
Not much, man. Just taking it day by day.
Day by day. I need you to catch me up with everything. First of all, let me jump into this, because look, it is what it is, right? The Cleveland Browns is hot as fish grease right now, and we're trying to figure out what's going on in Cleveland. Cleveland is clicking. You guys are playing football like I mean, look, it hasn't happened in a very long time, right? And tell me, who is that emerging leader of the entire team? Who is the person, or is it more than one person that has this team playing the way you guys are playing?
Yeah, for sure. First, I'll start with our head coach, Coach Stefanski. He's been doing a great job with making sure that, you know, the guys is staying on one accord and just trying to stay as positive as we can, just going through all this, you know, COVID protocols and things like that. So we've just been trying to do a great job with just making sure everybody taking care of everything at home, making sure everybody protecting their brothers in the locker room, and, you know, making sure that no one get this COVID deal and, you know, spread it around the team and kind of set us back a little bit. But as far as, you know, leaders on the team, I feel like, you know, we got Baker on the offense, we got Miles on the defense, and, you know, guys really, you know, look up to them and kind of just follow in their footsteps. So, I mean, it's really not set in stone with, you know, how many leaders we have. I feel like everybody do a great job with playing their part and lead in some type of form or fashion.
Bro, that's good stuff. Listen, since you hit on it, man, how hard is it to be playing in these situations now with COVID, and you got to take this test, you don't know this, you don't know if this person is playing? How hard is that playing in the game right now?
It's super tough, you know, just going into, you know, before the season even started, you know, just thinking about the COVID deal, I'm like, man, it's going to be a crazy year, and you got players opting out, and, you know, it was just crazy. And, you know, I told my family, I was like, you know, I'm going to play no matter what, you know, because this is what I signed up for, so I'm ready to deal with whatever, you know, have to come with it. You know, I just want to make sure that you guys stay safe and kind of stay away from me, just in case, you know, I do catch COVID, you know, playing this game that I love. So it's been hard to adjust, but I feel like we've been doing a great job here in Cleveland with standing on top of everything. And, you know, if a player tend to catch COVID, I feel like, you know, we have the little connections that track, you know, whether if people was close contact with them, and we get that squared away pretty quickly, and, you know, we able to go and compete on Sundays.
Man, absolutely. Mack, listen, I know you've been through this your second year, and listen, I had you, what, 4 or 5 years ago at my camp at IMG?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So JB, me and Matt got together. Matt came down, and I do my camp every year at IMG, and Matt came down, and just him working with the kids. And I've been watching him at Alabama anyway. My daughter went to Alabama, so I had to become a Roll Tide father. But with that being said, Matt, what is you went through a really significant injury last year. Are you fully healthy? You look like you're playing great football. It looks like that defense is rolling. How are you feeling? Where are you mentally in your second year?
So obviously it was training, like second day of passing training camp this year where I hyperextended my knee pretty bad. Obviously I thought I would be out for the season with the pain that I was feeling in my leg, but I was able to shake back and try to come back around the Washington game, which was like week 3 or 4. But I noticed I wasn't myself. I was probably like 60%, and I just was trying my best to do everything I can to come back to help contribute to the team in any way I can. And as of right now, I feel like I'm 100%. My mental is there. I'm ready to go. I'm locked in. I'm ready to do whatever it's going to take for us to be able to get to the big stage. And, I'm ready to roll. So
I'd love to hear what you're talking about. And you being like me, right? I came from Miami, went to Baltimore. Things wasn't good when I got to Baltimore. But, Miami, Alabama, we're always used to winning. So we have this thing in our head that we want to win right now, right? What is that transition for Mack now? Coming from Alabama, coming into the Cleveland situation and saying, how do you spread that goodness? I tell you, I'll give you a quick story. When I came in, I never forget, we were very bad, Mac, very bad. We was 4-12. And we just couldn't stop nobody on defense. I mean, we couldn't stop nobody. Terrell Davis hit us for 196 yards my rookie year. Yes, I know, right? So, but when I got there, I started to change the way I saw the culture, right? And there's one thing I'm gonna tell you in your young career, if you want to be around a long time, become an asset for your city. Right? Because once you become an asset to your city, it's impossible for you to jump around. As you see all these guys jumping around, this guy being traded, that guy being traded. But I just think your energy, your intellect and the things and where you come from, with the system that you come from, you have the ability to do that. So what is that Alabama sprinkles that you're giving to the Cleveland Browns that may be rubbing off on a few people?
Yeah, definitely. Just coming from Alabama, like I said, I'm 1 out of 3. Went to the national championship 3 years straight, and
3 years straight,
3 years in a row. And just coming here, obviously last year we went like 6-10, I think, and that's definitely not something that I'm used to. Coming from college, only losing 3 games out of my whole career, and just this year, I just feel like, we've been doing a great job with locking in. And I feel like, the front office did a great job with, hiring the coaches that we need, getting the players on this team that we need to be able to build something here. And like I said, we've been doing a great job with just locking in and making sure everybody on one accord. And, not going to lie, this past week when we played Tennessee, I felt like I was at Bama again, just looking at
Tell me what that means. Tell me what that means. That's good stuff. Tell me.
Just the energy of the game I felt, just how the players was pumped up, how the offense was clicking, how the defense was rolling, and just, first half looking up at the scoreboard and it's like 30-something to 3, 30-something to 7 or something like that. I'm like, yeah, this really feel like Bama right now. Like that was a great feeling I had, really. Okay.
Oh, and now because we're having this conversation, how far can this team go? How far can this young Cleveland Brown team go?
I feel like there's no limit, and we just gotta continue to buy in and just take it one day at a time.
1 week at a time.
Everything's in front of us, and I feel like we on track right now. We rolling. We just can't stoop down to any team level. We just gotta attack every game like it's a playoff game.
Absolutely. What's the biggest lesson? What's the biggest lesson that you've learned in the National Football League from college? Because I know Alabama is like playing in the pros, right? It is. It's just like University of Miami. The way that we talk, the intellect that we have, the communication, the type of standard the players are at. Oh my gosh, is limitless, right? So what's the biggest thing Mack Brown has learned? I mean, Mack Wilson has learned to this point.
Now, the biggest thing I learned is just, it's gonna take me more of, becoming a professional. And I learned that, last year as a rookie. It took, me studying longer. It took me really just, paying attention to the details more, because in the National Football League, things so fast, you can't be one step late to anything. And, I feel like that's something that I've gotten better on this year, and it's been helping me out a lot. And, I'm still learning, how to become a pro every day. And, it's just going to continue to get better. And, I'm just going to continue to pray about it and just continue to just stay positive.
Absolutely. Baker Mayfield, your quarterback. Tell me about Baker Mayfield and the team rallying behind Baker. What type of guy is Baker?
First off, I feel like Baker's a great guy. Obviously watching him from college when he was at Oklahoma, he had that swag, that dog in him. I feel like he was one of the best, in college football, and being able to come here to the Cleveland Browns and be a part of the team with him, it was a blessing. And I've been talking to him a lot, especially this offseason with the season that we had as a team last year. And I just tell him all the time, like Baker, just be you, man. Like I want to see that old Baker from Oklahoma. Like that's what I want back, and he's been doing it. He always told me, I got you. He was like, man, he's just like, let's get this thing going. And I feel like we headed in the right direction. A lot of people still down Baker, and I just hope he just continue to prove everybody wrong, continue to lead us, and hopefully, we get to where we want to go.
Yeah, Mac. You know what? And this is that's why our paths are kind of similar, right? Because one thing I'm always tell you: always protect your quarterback, right? Okay. Always protect your quarterback, right? Because when we won our first Super Bowl, everybody said, "Oh, Trent Dilfer, right? He can't do this, he can't do that." But let me tell you something. When we got in that locker room, we had a brother for life. You understand? Right. We had somebody who we know will give us everything he had. And with all of the pundits and all the people that wanted to say what they wanted to say, the bottom line was Trent Dilfer is a Super Bowl winning quarterback because we all stuck together. Right. And so that's why because we hear the noise about Baker and all of these things, but from the inside, it's a different conversation. It's the same way I feel about Trent today. People like, oh my gosh, you won a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer. I wouldn't have wanted nobody else for that year, for what we did that year, brother. He was my guy, man. So it's just really good to hear that from you, that you guys have this college thing going and now you guys have the pros. The big game comes up this Monday night. The Cleveland Browns are 9-3. And I got to go ahead and put this out there. Mac, my goodness, you and my Baltimore Ravens are about to go at it. That rivalry, have you sensed how intense that rivalry is yet?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely be like a lot of energy. It'd be physical, just how I like it. And, it'd be fun.
And this Monday night now, I mean, listen, I got to get into it, because I'm sitting in front of the screen at home now, and I'm so I got emotions going everywhere. But you guys, this almost decides, because you guys are where you are, this game for the AFC starts to shape. Just like in college, right? Brackets, how you put in certain places. What's the mentality going into this week for Mack Wilson? How much studying does a young Mack Wilson do for a game this big?
I have the same approach that, I have week in and week out. I don't look at any games like this game is bigger than the one we just played. And, I just had the same mindset, coming off a good game from against Tennessee Titans. I want to carry it over this game with that same killer instinct, killer mindset, and just go out there and compete, do whatever I can to help us win. And just want to continue to create momentum, from this past week, and I'm ready to roll, man.
I love it, man. A young lion. So, who was your favorite player when you were in high school, right? What position? What other position outside of the
really
line?
Gonna ask me this? Oh, okay.
Mac, I gotta ask you this. The world wants to know this, Mac. This is something the world wants to know. When Mack Wilson was in high school, who inspired Mack Wilson? Who did Mack Wilson look up and say that's who I want? When I was young, I had Lawrence Taylor. I had Wilbur Marshall. I had Roger Craig. I had Ronnie Lott. But anyway, my number one ended up being Ronnie Lott and Lawrence Taylor. So yeah, man. And now, right, I share a gold jacket with those guys, right? So a lot of times when you inspire to be, it's okay to put it out there. So who is that guy for you?
First of all, obviously it was you. You know, growing up, just watching your highlights over and over. Obviously, I showed you the video of me doing your little hype dance when you come out the tunnel when I was in high school. I say you. I had a guy named Sean Dion Hamilton who played linebacker for Washington right now. I looked up to DJ Hall as well, who played wide receiver at Alabama, and obviously guys like Ruben and all the good guys. You know, great linebackers who already been there, done it, and obviously I aspire to be like you guys. Once my career's all over, and I just want to take advantage of this deal every day, because I'm constantly thinking about, when I'm just chilling, I'm constantly thinking about, like, what can I do to get better today? Because, 8-9 years from now, I don't know what'll be going on. Hopefully, I'll still be playing ball, but I just constantly think about, what can I do to get better right now? Even get emotional when I think about it, because, this game could be over tomorrow. So I try my best to do whatever I can to be better today.
Yeah. What is Max Wilson? I'm gonna let you go, brother, because this is so good. But what is Mack Wilson's vision for the linebacker position for himself? What does Mack Wilson? Somebody asked me that. Years and years ago. Marvin Lewis, who was my defense coordinator at the time, and then in 1999, going into 2000, Rod Woodson, he asked me a question. He said, "What do you want to do? Like, what are you really trying to do in this game?" And I boldly, even from college, I boldly made this statement to Rod and Marvin Lewis. I said, "Listen, man, seriously, I'm willing to put in whatever work I need to put in to be considered the greatest of all time." Because I had a vision, though, right? And my vision was I wanted the reputation that Lawrence Taylor had. I wanted people. Now, it's a different game, right? And I'm going to get into that right before we go, because it's a different game. But my vision for myself was to be in that conversation as one of the greatest to ever do this. What's Mack Wilson's vision?
Obviously, my vision is, the bigger goals is to be a Super Bowl champion, to get the gold jacket one day once I retire. But, as for right now, I want to be, mentioned with, some of the greats. I feel like, a lot of my play style go unnoticed, me being able to cover guys, me being able to fill gaps and hit people in their face. And honestly, I feel like there's not too many linebackers, in this league today that could do both. And I feel like I do a great job with standing my ground on covering anybody in the slot. Whatever my role is for that game, I feel like I do a great job of it. And, I really honestly can say, there's not too many guys who could cover guys and could fill their gaps and, hit people. And I just want to be one of the greats, man. I just want to continue to build off, the last game, like I said, just stay humble and, just know that, my time gonna come. Obviously, I don't get much recognition, was drafted in the 5th round, and, all of that just motivation for me. And obviously one of these days they're gonna wish that they would have never overlooked me.
Wow. You know what? I've heard somebody say that before. Yeah, you're actually looking at it. I said that exact thing, right? And it's so interesting that we're gonna switch gears and go into this, right? From a linebacker position, remember this, right? For 17 years, you just said something that's so key, and this is for any young player, any young linebacker who's listening to this. To never leave the field all 3 downs is the most valuable thing you can ever do as a linebacker. To play all 3 downs. You just said it. You cover running backs, you cover slots, you on the field all 3 downs. That's what the young generation got. They have to know that, right? Because as you see, the game is starting to transition, right? Linebackers running in.
7-on-7.
Huh?
7-on-7, man.
Okay, Matt, I'm going to let you go, but I got to get into this. How hard is it to play in today's game when you cannot hit somebody in the mouth and not look for a flag?
Man, it's super tough. Like I be playing football. I just be out there like a kid all over again, just trying to be physical, trying to hit somebody, and you see a flag, then you hear a personal foul, then you getting fined. So it's crazy, man. But obviously this game it's a pass league now, so you got to be able to cover.
Yeah.
And once you play those teams like the Raiders, the Titans, those teams who run the ball, then it's time to get physical. But I'm with either one. It don't matter to me.
Man, that's awesome, Mac. Listen, brother. From the first time me and you ever talked, man, I knew I sensed your humility and the things that you wanted to do. Congratulations. Good luck and all of the things that you're doing. You guys are having an amazing season. No matter what you do, I did something my rookie year, all the way through every season that we went through the toughest times. I got books still to this day, Mac, that I wrote everything that I wanted to do down. Everything, Mac. And we'll talk, of course, just text me, whatever, but I want you to start writing everything down, right? Because that burning desire that you have in you, but all of the people who overlook you, Mac, I have a book. I have a book of all of the articles that people said what I couldn't do. I mean, a physical article book. Now, don't go this far, but I had from the draft, I had from, oh, he can't play this and he can't do this and he can't, and he won't be, and Mac, 17 years later, I'm right. And so, but I wrote it all down, man. And I tell people all the time, young kids, they come into business. You said it earlier, right? You're understanding the professional side of this. And if you understand it, then you have to know everything that you want to do must written. It's just like a business plan, right? And you have a business plan for your life. So if you want to put your business, because playing football for us is easy, right? Hitting somebody in the mouth is easy. That's easy. Right. Me and you programmed to do that. It's everything else on the outside of that. All right. So I love you, man. You take care of yourself, youngster. I appreciate you coming on, man. It's such a blessing. Congratulations to the Browns. You guys are doing amazing. You guys are playing my Ravens this week. Don't know what to do with that one, but sit back and enjoy the game. But continued success, young man. Anything you need from me, I'm here. Just let me know. Mack Wilson, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I think a few times I've called you Mack Brown. That's not a bad thing because that's a famous guy. It's a famous man. But Mack Wilson, but Mack Wilson is the only name to go with, man. Brother, I appreciate you, man. I love you. God bless you. Thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Ray, do you want to know something?
Talk to me, JB.
Of all the weird things that have happened in 2020, the Cleveland Browns being good might be one of the strangest.
Of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time. Like, look, seriously. Like, 2020 has threw a lot of curveballs at a lot of people. I mean, but in the National Football League, the Cleveland Browns turning this around 9-3? Yeah, really?
Crazy. And you want to know what else? You know it's 2020 when the Steelers' first loss
is to the
Washington.
It's to Washington.
You're just, like if you're sitting in Vegas, you're just going, "Oh my God!" Like, what is happening?
JB, I'm watching that game, right? And I'm saying to myself, because I'm watching Washington's football team, right? And I'm like, I said, wait a minute, this may not end well. I say, ooh, this ain't gonna end well, because I'm watching, and then one of my favorite coaches of all time is Jack Del Rio, right? Who's the defensive coordinator of Washington. And as I'm sitting there, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, man, he got Chase Young them flying around. And I said, if they pull this game off 2020, anything is
anything. Now, Ray, here's the thing, and here's a lesson for everyone, because I know that we're checking in. Here's the lesson.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on your opponent, no matter who it is, because if they come to play, you can lose. Period. Doesn't matter who it is.
On any given Sunday.
Any given
Sunday. If you're in the National Football League, you better come ready to play. Right? Think about what happened to the Seattle Seahawks with the Giants.
Yeah.
Who picks the Seattle Seahawks to lose to the Giants? No.
I mean, the NFC East hasn't even been playing football for the first 11 weeks of the year.
Yeah.
They've just been forfeiting games and whatever. And all of a sudden, they beat Seattle, they beat Pittsburgh. I love the lesson. The lesson to me, not only in the NFL, but just in life, if you don't come to play, you can lose. And it seems, when you get lulled into winning, it just seems like, I'm going to win. You can lose. Let me
tell you what happens, right? So when you win, JB, the little things you don't pay attention to. Yep. Right? The missed tackle here or the blown assignment here. Right. Because everybody is feeling good. Yeah. Right? The drop passes that the Steelers had the other night. A few weeks ago, they dropped passes against the Ravens and come out and win. They're like, oh, the Steelers are still the best team. Now you go back to those drop passes and you're saying, this is how serious every moment is. Every moment is that serious, right? And that's why me personally, I've always took the game personal to be prepared every single day, and not just for the game, for practice and everything. Yeah. Man, let me give you my thoughts because
I want to hear it.
Think about Cleveland and what's going on with Cleveland, and think about what everybody's going on in the world. And I wanted to tell you something, right? Hope keeps the family unit intact. Right?
Absolutely.
JB, because once you lose the essence of hope, then everybody becomes an own individual. Yep. And the family is destroyed, and this person goes this way and that person goes this way, and sons fight against fathers, and daughters won't listen to mothers, and teammates don't even communicate with each other.
Yeah.
But see, somebody said something that day. Somebody said, man, somebody should start talking more about hope. And I kept saying, I said, I've been writing this about hope, because I think one of the things about hope, right? Once you choose hope, anything is possible. Once you believe in hope, once you have enough hope to where I can make it out of anything, because not that I have hope, because I'm hopeful that I know there's another day, that I know there's another opportunity, that I know somebody will be beside me helping me, that I know that all things are possible if I stay consistently wrapped around with hope. That's my thoughts. And when you listen to Mack Wilson, and when you listen to all the things that he's saying about how they're coming together, how they're playing together, you watch the teams that's winning, that's at the top. The only reason that you see the talent, that you see it, is because the hope that they have in each other. Let me tell you something. Hope is and this is for the pandemic, right? This is for the world that we've been in with all the injustices and all the things that we're seeing. Hope is being able to see the light despite the darkness.
Love it.
In the midst of any storm. This is where what I'm trying to tell you, JB, is the people who's listening to this show. I want people to listen to this show who really want to change. I don't need hundreds of thousands of people just listening because they want to listen. I want people to understand why hope is being able to see the light despite the darkness, because in this pandemic, I told you this before, we have two ways to see life. You can see it as a storm coming, or you can plant your feet in the ground and say, I am part of the storm. Right? And through darkness, my hope. It's a great movie I love watching. Denzel plays in it. The Book of Eli, right? Yep. And he says, I walk by faith and not by sight, right? Totally. I want people to let your hopes, not your hurts, shape your future. Because let me slow down with this one, because I want people to really get this one. A lot of people take their pains and their hurts, and it starts to mold and shape the way they think, the way they eat, who they hang around, what they read, what they listen to. Everything shapes it because of the pain and the hurts that fill them. But if they let the hope that's inside of their belly lead them, JB, you can control your own life. And not only can you control your own life, you will impact nations by your stance.
Hope is a great thing, maybe the best thing, because it wraps up love, positive energy into the future. That's what hope is. It's projecting positive energy forward. You don't hope currently, you be currently, you hope in the future. So you don't dread. Dreading is in the future. I dread that is going to happen. Yeah. Hoping is projecting into the future. And that's the key. When you hear people say, you know what, it's going to be a long, dark winter, that doesn't sound very hopeful to me. Right. Saying, you know what, light is right around the corner. I can see it. I can feel it. That's a better message. Yeah,
you just said something, because I do it with training, right? Sometimes when I get on my bike or whatever I'm training, and I get to a point to where my pain is so excruciating that I have a choice. I can give in to the pain, or I can have hope enough that if I push through it, I find a better me. I challenge myself differently every day that I push through hope. Every day that I push through pain. Because if hope's available, then you got all the ammunition you need to fight in life.
Ray, think of this. Love is absolute. Love is absolute. Hope is conditional and depends on your positive energy. You can hope all you want, but if you're a little negative Nelly, it ain't going to come true. It is conditional upon you loving, because love conquers all. Love is absolute. Hope is conditional, and it's conditioned upon your participation.
Let me calm down.
Brother, we're going to church right now, Ray.
Take me to church. Because that's what's needed. That's what's needed. JB, we're at this point to where tensions are too high, right? The world, everybody wants to judge this person, judge that person, talk about this person, talk about that person. JB, I disconnected, man. I disconnected. And what you're talking about is I decided to walk only in love. I decided to move only in hope. I decided to trust only my faith. Right? And now, just rounding this thing up, right? Now, watching 2020 produce a lot of weird things, right? The question is, what can you be hopeful about? I want someone who's listening today to take a page out of a mentor's book, a mother's book, a father's book, of something that keeps you hopeful. And I tell you something that keeps me hopeful. I read it in my Bible today. It's about actually spending so much time with God in prayer that you're actually selfish to share with anybody else. And a lot of times I used to always ask my mom, Mom, you spend so much. My mom's a pastor, of course, but I used to say, Mom, you spend so much time. I'll call my mom. She'll say, oh, spending time with God. Spending time with God. Can't pick up the phone. And then one day I asked her, I said, Mom, well, when you spending time with God, she said, Junior, she said, all the hope in the world is when I fall on my knees and know that I'm talking to the one person who can make it all better. And I said, Mama, my goodness. And so, of course, it came down to me. And so I live it. But to read that word today, to talk to Mac, to have this relationship with you and being able to live out our life, remember this. If me and you, from the day we started this 15, 16 years ago, if we change one life a day, every day, then that means we have a faith in how heaven looks.
Absolutely. Right? I love that idea. And that's the truth. And here's something that a priest said to me one time that really resonated. The people say, when you get down on your knees, a lot of people pray selfishly. I want this, I want that, give me this, give me that. Yeah. I understand that. But you have to understand that the mission of prayer is not to change God. God doesn't change his mind. God doesn't say, oh, you know what? I was treating you poorly before, and now I'm going to treat you well. God, you're not changing God. You're changing you. Yes. You are becoming a vessel. you are tapping into the ultimate positive energy. Prayer does not change God. Prayer changes you.
Absolutely.
That's something to think of.
JB, that is so good, because the reason why prayer changes you, just like it's why it's important to read, right? Important to pray, because when you pray, you develop a relationship.
Yep.
A relationship. A relationship turns into a foundation. A foundation turns into a consistency of life that leads you down the right roads, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the substance of that, ultimately, if you consistently stay with that, you leave your legacy.
Yep.
And that's what we all should strive to do. You know,
Amen.
You think about, and this is just the takeaways from everything that we do every week. Hope is available. Faith should be the substance of your life. But I'm telling you this, if hope ever leaves you, the family dynamic will start to fall apart. Every father, every mother, every child who found themselves going down the wrong path have given up hope. I'm begging you today to grab hope, to hold on to hope, to believe in your faith, and to do everything in your life to remain hopeful that we will find a way. Yeah, 2020 has been tough, but let's address real issues. The only real issue that I see is the issue of not carrying on, right? Of staying in a place where the storm has came. It's still here. And the only thing you can do is practice the right things, right? I said this a few weeks ago. I get it, right? But a lot of people put on a mask and they think that everything is okay. And I'm sitting on a plane yesterday and I realized that the mask, it really didn't even change people. I watched a guy yell at two old people on a plane yesterday about get out the way. And I'm like, she has a crutch. Yeah. And you're behind your mask, and because you can't be seen, you feel you can talk to this person like this? You know me, JB, I'm the last one to get into anything.
Yep.
But I'm not gonna sit there as the person that I am and allow this guy to just tell this lady, can you please hurry up, please?
Right.
I said, brother, man, so I'm just telling you, man, like a lot of people are letting these masks cover up really who they are.
They are, you know, and the thing about these masks, and regardless what anybody thinks about them, there is a reason why the expression masking your problems exists. That means you're not directly addressing it. You're just masking it.
Absolutely.
You're not directly addressing issues by simply wearing a mask.
Yeah. It's time. Listen, man, every week, JB, I can do this all day, every day with you, brother. It's the most amazing time of my week to come back and be able to deliver this. We said we was going to start something a long time ago, and I'm so excited to be on this journey. But to have this conversation with Mack Wilson, and I looked in his eyes, and I never forget it. I said, it's not where you start, it's where you finish, right? And I remember telling him this way back ago. He was like, man, what makes you keep going? I say, Mack, I don't have a plan B. Right. I don't have a plan B, right? And when you don't have a plan B, the only way you can go is forward. That's it. That's it. Yeah. My brother, I appreciate you, man. Love you like a brother. God bless you, man. Have an amazing week. I'm telling you, I wish you many blessings in this holiday season. Everybody out there, sprinkle blessings on people, but just bless somebody that you don't know. I'm going to share a video soon. I don't do it often, but I'm going to share a video soon on the type of impact and the type of caring for other people that I think we should have. And like I said, I don't share my stuff a lot, but I think this one has really resonated with me because this guy is really striving, and I've given him hope, right? I didn't necessarily go throw money in his pocket. I gave him hope. I gave him just a fresh breath of somebody to believe in him. And now to see him walk around with his chest high, he has a job now. And oh my gosh, one of the greatest stories ever, man. But his hope is available now. Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, Ray, one thing when you said, bless somebody,
Yeah.
my entire life, every email that I've sent, every correspondence, I end it with God bless. Yeah. And the number of people who have said, oh my God, I can't believe you're ending it with God bless. Why? It's a business email. I'm wishing goodness upon you, however you view the universe.
However you view it,
I'm hoping the best for you. That's all I'm saying. God bless you. I feel like the words God bless are the ultimate way to tell people, I love you, man. God bless you. Yeah. God bless you. I hope the best for you.
Absolutely. Hey, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Love you, Ray.
Thank you so much. Another awesome show. Thank you for joining in once again. Listen, when you talk about life, there is absolutely no excuses not to be a better person. Every day of your life, you have the ability to change someone's life by simply living out your best life. And I found some great people to live out my life with, and I'm appreciative of every person that's in my life right now that continues to help me lead the way. Thank you for joining. No excuses. The Ray Lewis Show. It does not get any better. Come back next week. Always got some gifts, always got some prizes that we're going to share, surprises that we're going to share. Really a blessing, Have an amazing week. God bless you all. Happy holidays to any and everyone.
God bless.